to be able to just make a choice on your own and just be able to speak for yourself.
This One's Wife. Inspirational school visit. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Nigeria awoke this morning with the uplifting news that today of all days was when the living saint that is this one's wife would share the air that they breathe. Indeed, she has appeared for the 3-day visit, which undoubtedly is going to provide your glorious narrator with an embarrassment of riches to analyse with regard to her narcissism in action. And let us not delay, as Hannah Finesse is on the ground courtesy of the Telegraph and tells us Prince Harry and this one's wife arrive in Nigeria for 3-day visit. Let's find out what they've been doing so far and see if this one's wife is continuing her ways of the narcissist. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have landed for their 3-day trip to Nigeria, starting the day holding hands. Facade management, assertion of control by physical means, as they visited a school. The couple, who both wore necklaces of large beads, were welcomed by waiting lines of schoolchildren at the Lights Academy in Abuja. This one's wife told students they were honoured to be receiving her. No, I beg your pardon. They were honoured to be visiting Nigeria. We believe in you. We believe in your futures. We believe in your ability to continue to tell your stories and just be honest with each other, she said, speaking on the topic of mental health from a small stage. Mind-blowing stuff, isn't it? Once again, this complete non-entity of an individual spouting those fridge magnet platitudes. We believe in you. Explain to me this one's wife. How do you believe in them? What? That you realise that they're not imaginary? That you believe that they exist? How do you believe in them? How are you going to show that belief in them? Ordinarily, when somebody has belief in something, that means that they support it, that they do something in relation to it, that they input something into the thing that they believe in. You believe in your football team. You believe that they can win the Premiership. So you urge them on, turning up at the games, cheering, shouting, chanting. You believe in your children. You believe that they will succeed in their examinations, so you make sure that they revise. You ensure that they receive extra tutelage if they need it. But what about this one's wife? Well, as you know, with the narcissist, it's so easy to use words rather than action, and so she wanders along wearing unusually not beige, she's lent the outfit to Harry on this occasion, and tells people, we believe in you, we believe in your futures. Oh dear, tedious stuff. And she believes in your ability to continue to tell your stories. Yes, telling the stories. Your stories, my stories, everybody else's stories. There is no need to suffer in silence. Just make sure you're taking care of yourselves and your mental health by really talking about whatever is coming up for you. Fuck me sideways. This is a woman who doesn't do much. She does some Zoom calls. She pretends to make jam. She does 1 hour a week with regard to Archwell. Spends quite a bit of time surfing social media to see what's being said about her. And that's the best that she can come up with. We believe in you. We believe in your futures. We believe in your ability to continue to tell your stories and just be honest with each other. There is no need to suffer in silence. Just make sure you're taking care of yourselves and your mental health by really talking about whatever is coming up for you. Good Lord. She really is vacuous. Thus, as she sought to assert control over the school children and manage her facade with those sage words of advice, we are then told that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex spoke of their 2 small children. Goodness me, they've been mentioned during their first engagement in Nigeria, revealing that Princess Lily likes her singing and dancing classes, and Prince Archie loves construction. Triangulation with children. The couple were greeted at the Lightway Academy by the CEO of the non-profit organisation Gianco, which has links with their Archwell Foundation. Presumably, Gianco has bunged some money towards Archwell, which is funding the trip. Ahead of them was a welcome banner fringed with flowers reading, "We are honoured to have you." Nice dollop of positive fuel there for the narcissist. The Duchess offered hugs to everyone as she arrived, lack of boundary recognition, and the couple were given strings of wooden beads to wear. Harry tried to eat his. As they watched performers, this one's wife clapped like a seal and said, "Bravo," at a backflip executed out in front of them. So stunning, so brave. Inside, the Duke and Duchess visited a kindergarten class where preschool children danced and sang songs for them. One 2-year-old girl stepped forward and tentatively shook hands with this one's wife, but stopped short of Prince Harry, probably the chill sense of evil that washed over her as she touched this one's wife, then left her traumatized. "We all get shy sometimes," this one's wife told her. When they were introduced to the eldest child in the class, who is 5, this one's wife said, "Our son Archie's 5. He turned 5 last week." The Sussexes both joined in a lively performance of Jump Up, Turn Around. "That was great," this one's wife said as they ended. "Do you love your teacher?" Harry added, "Is singing and dancing your favourite class?" "That's Lily's favourite class," this one's wife said of her daughter. "Maybe it's all the jumping around." They were then introduced to a STEM class where a group of youngsters showed the robot cars they had created, with one proudly saying his was called M-Bot. "Who enjoys electronics?" Harry asked as this one's wife revealed their son liked construction. The Sussexes are in the country for activities related to the Invictus Games and were invited by the Nigerian Defence Ministry. The focus of the trip is to highlight the country's efforts to rehabilitate injured soldiers, although they will attend other events, including a Woman in Leadership talk co-hosted by this one's wife. See my observations about that in forthcoming videos. Quite hilarious. Thus, they have arrived, and reports that Harry was kept behind for extra tuition at the school are yet to be confirmed. But what have we seen from this? Well, fridge magnet platitudes, and also, as you can see from the pictures, there's a bit of a mismatching with the bronzer again. Face looking relatively brown, rest of her not so much. Oh dear, that slipped through the net. And of course, as you can see from the pictures that have been appearing on your screen, this one's wife has taken full advantage of getting in on the selfies, with Harry, of course, in the background. He doesn't really matter. And ensuring that she does that stupid looking over her shoulder and lifting one of her man hands as she ensures that once again she's at the heart of everything. All of these individuals are tertiary sources, i.e. they're people that she doesn't know. But that will provide her with a good dollop of fuel given the sheer numbers of people at the school. It's all simple stuff. Go up to a school, watch the kids, say some nice things. There we are. But it's demonstrative of the emptiness of this one's wife that all she can offer is the "we believe in you" nonsense. Hardly inspirational, and you'd have thought, given the amount of time that she has on her hands, she might have applied her mind to putting forward something which would be a little more interesting. But of course, she can't be bothered. Quick dive below the line to see how this latest World Privacy Tour is going down with the readership. Darren Palmer, why would these pointless individuals visit anywhere? Kay Drury, perhaps they should stay there and give us all a break. Susan Higman, is it just me or does she look like Wallace Simpson with those awful eyebrows? Charles Poirot, wondering who is footing the security bill, as Nigeria is not a very safe country. Douglas Brown, Michael Palin's visit to Nigeria was a lot more interesting. Christopher Palmer, if she had any breeding, she would know a backless dress would be inappropriate. Michael Delaney responds, yes, isn't Nigeria mainly a Muslim country? Useful point, once again demonstrating how this one's wife doesn't give a shit about other people's traditions. She just does what she wants. Stuart Grunmark, the Duke is always banging on about the lack of security arrangements when he visits the UK. Well, he's now visiting a country where Boko Haram are running around with AK-47s and machetes, which does not have a police force or army of very high repute. Why is he there? Why does he now always look like a little boy lost? Why is he such a tosser? Next up, Bettina Waite writes, I see she got the bronzer out. Cobber Ware, still sponging off us and his dubious heritage. Please take those titles away and stop their greed. Radha Pemble, there is the small matter of the 10th anniversary of the Chibok girls' kidnapping by Boko Haram in Nigeria. I suspect this one's wife wants to jump on this bandwagon. Malala was photographed with them a while back, and perhaps this made this one's wife envious. My goodness, a genuine question. Aren't black and or mixed race people the same shade all over, apart from soles and palms? In which case, which of course is once again the observation about her use of the bronzer. Hilary Quill, she thinks she's attractive. He's constantly waving his manicured hands about. Not particularly pleasant comments or supportive comments, as you would expect. Paisley Print, it's insufferable. Like they are the king and queen of the poor downtrodden, as if this one's wife and Harry displayed good mental health. She dissects and dismantles and analyses everything to an inch of its life. Poor Harry, it must be so exhausting for him. Partners of these weirdos are permanently exhausted. Every conversation and every feeling and action is minutely put through the mill for meaning. Winston Huth Wallace, tabloid journalism. Why is the Telegraph giving oxygen to grifters? Tricia Matthews, backless dress for a school visit. Fiona Lee, I agree. Braless is not appropriate in a conservative country. It also shows her back is a pale Caucasian colour. Her face is much darker. Still, I hope she finds her tribe. Magic Bus, attention-seeking B-lister. Not any comments that are particularly favourable to be found there, once again demonstrating that such is the depths of her popularity caused by her behaviour, that whatever she does is seen through that lens now of her unpopularity, and she continues to make the gaffes. The mismatched bronzer, the backless dress, the fridge magnet platitudes, and this is just the first morning. Undoubtedly, much more to come of her narcissism. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.